I was driving home late from work one rainy evening. The road was empty except for trucks and streetlights reflecting on wet asphalt. Near the big scrapyard on the outskirts, I slowed down because of a speed breaker. That is when I saw him under a flickering yellow bulb. He was standing at the scrapyard gate wearing an old torn raincoat. In his hand was a rusty metal rod he used to check incoming trucks. His face was hidden under a hood, but something about the way he stood, shoulders bent forward, made my chest tighten. It was my father, the same father who left our house 20 years ago when I was just 18. The same father who never explained why he walked out one morning with only a small bag. My mother cried for months. Relatives said he ran away with another woman. I believed it. I hated him for it. I told myself he was selfish, weak, a man who chose his own pleasure over his family. I parked the car on the side of the road. Rain was falling harder now. I stepped out and walked toward the gate. My shoes splashed in puddles. Father. He froze. The rod in his hand trembled slightly. Slowly he pulled back the hood. His face was older, beard grey and uneven, eyes sunken, skin rough from years in the sun and cold. But it was him. He looked at me like I was a dream that would disappear. Go back home, son, he said in a low voice. Don't come here. I did not move. I'm not going anywhere until you tell me why you left us. He looked around nervously. The scrapyard owner was inside his small cabin. No one else was close. He sighed heavily. You should not have seen me like this. We stood in the rain for a long time. Finally he spoke. It started when he was working as a senior customs officer at the port. He was honest, strict. One day he discovered a huge smuggling operation. Not small things. Containers full of drugs hidden inside legitimate cargo. Billions worth. The network went high up. Police officers, port officials, politicians, even some businessmen who looked clean on TV. He collected proof quietly, documents, photos, recordings from hidden meetings. He planned to report it to the anti-corruption department. The day before he was going to submit everything, 3 men came to his office after hours. They did not shout. They did not threaten loudly. They simply placed photographs on his desk. Photographs of me coming out of college. Photographs of my mother at the market. Photographs of our house. They said one sentence. If this report goes anywhere, your son will not live to see his next birthday. My father said he argued, he begged. He offered to stay quiet forever. They laughed. They said silence was not enough. They needed a scapegoat. Someone to take the blame if things ever leaked. Someone to make the story look like a small corrupt officer who got caught. They gave him the choice. Take the fall. Confess to taking bribes. Lose everything. Go to jail for a few years. Then disappear completely. Or watch his family die one by one in accidents that would never be solved. He chose the first. He confessed publicly. The news called him a dirty officer. Our accounts were frozen. Our house was sealed. My mother lost her job because of the shame. Relatives stopped calling. I had to drop out of college for a year to work and support the family. I hated him more every day. After prison, he did not come back. He knew they were still watching. Every time he tried to contact us, someone would send a message. A photo of me walking alone. A photo of my mother alone. A reminder that the deal was still on. So he became a ghost. He took small jobs, labor, cleaning, finally. This night watchman position at the scrapyard. Low pay, long hours. No questions asked. No identity needed. Just a man who kept his head down and stayed invisible. He finished speaking. Rain was dripping from his face, mixing with tears I could barely see. I thought if you hated me, you would move on. You would build your life. You would never look back. That was the only way to keep you safe. I felt like the ground was moving under my feet. 20 years of hate. 20 years of blaming him. 20 years of thinking he was a coward. All of it was built on a lie he created to protect me. I could not speak at first. Then I said only one thing. Come home. He shook his head. They still have people. If they see me with you, then we will face them together, I said. I'm not letting you live like this anymore. He looked at me for a long time. Finally, he nodded slowly. I took him to my apartment that night. He showered for the first time in months. I gave him my clothes. He ate slowly like he was afraid to believe the food was real. He slept on the sofa and cried in his sleep. Next day I took him to a doctor. His health was bad. Lungs weak from years in dust and cold. Joints painful. But he was alive. It took time, medicines, food, rest. We talked every night. He told me more. Where he hid the evidence. A small metal box buried under the floor of our old house before he left. The house was sold long ago, but the new owners never renovated the backyard. One weekend we went there quietly. The current owner let us dig after I explained it was family property left behind. We found the box. Inside were the original documents, photos, USB drives, everything he risked his life for. I did not go to the police first. I found an old journalist who had investigated port corruption before. He read the files. His hands shook. He said this can bring down many big names. We worked carefully, made copies, gave small pieces to trusted people. Slowly articles started appearing. First anonymous, then with names. Raids happened. One officer arrested, then another. A politician's son questioned. A businessman fled but was caught abroad. My father stayed hidden mostly. He was still afraid, but he started smiling sometimes. He helped around the house, fixed small things, talked to my wife, played with my son when he visited. One day he said, I never thought I would see you grown up like this. I held his hand. You gave me the chance to grow up. That's more than enough. The big case went to court 3 years later. Many people were convicted. Sentences were long. The smuggling ring collapsed. The port got new security systems. My father's name was cleared officially. They called him a victim of extortion. The government announced compensation. But his body was too weak by then. Years of hard living had taken too much. One morning he did not wake up quiet, peaceful, in his sleep. I buried him on a sunny day. Only family. No cameras. No speeches, just us. After the funeral, the journalist came to me. Your father's name will be remembered as a hero now. I nodded. He was never looking to be a hero. He was just a father. Now when I drive past that scrapyard, I slow down. I look at the gate. I remember the man who stood there for years so I could live without fear. I still miss him. I still feel guilty for the years I hated him. But I also feel something else. Gratitude, deep gratitude. Because of him I am here, alive, safe, with a family of my own. And every night before sleep I say quietly, thank you, Dad. Before I end this story, I want to ask you, have you ever misunderstood someone close to you? What would you do if you found out they sacrificed everything for you? Share in the comments. And tell me which city you are watching from. If this story touched your heart, please like and subscribe to the channel. It helps me bring more real-life stories like this. Thank you so much for listening. See you in the next story.